Hillary Clinton doesn't have a clue.
Paul Ryan will get along with me, or he will pay a big price. Now, a lot of Republicans in Congress are saying they may all pay a big price if Trump gets in because of what that would mean in the general election and then the congressional elections thereafter. Let's now bring in a Republican who may be vulnerable this fall if Donald Trump wins the presidency, Congressman Robert Dold of Illinois. And I'm sure you're getting called Bob Dole all the time, but not on this show, Congressman. It's good to have you here. So,
Chris, great to be with you.
You have been quoted widely as saying you will never support Donald Trump because of the language he has used about people, specifically Muslim immigrants and immigrants in general. Are those still your feelings?
Absolutely. And so whether it's women, whether it's veterans, whether it's Latinos or Muslims, we do not need someone that is dividing or really tearing apart people. And for me, it's personal. When he first came out and said that he did not like John McCain because he was shot down, my uncle was the second one shot down in the Vietnam War. He spent 8 years and a day in Hanoi in a prison camp. And I'll just tell you, if anybody wants to diminish his service to our country, I think that disqualifies him as the commander-in-chief.
Well, how do you reconcile your feelings with what we saw last night and in the previous elections, but certainly last night?
Sure.
Broad constituencies of Republicans came to the polls for Donald Trump. In point of fact, since 1960, nobody has won the states on the Republican side that Donald Trump has already and not gone on to be the nominee.
Well, Chris, I'll let you be the pundit on this. Well, what I can tell you is that people are frustrated. They're sitting around their kitchen tables and they're worried they're falling behind, whether it be the cost of food, the cost of higher education, the cost of health care, the uncertainty around retirement. These are all issues that people are facing, and we have to come together to solve problems and put the people before politics and progress before partisanship. I've been able to do that, and frankly, I think we need more bridge builders in Washington, D.C. to move forward on coming up with solutions to the problems that people face.
But if the GOP is coming out in bigger numbers and as or more diverse numbers than in recent history for Trump, why do you think that would put you in jeopardy when your election comes up?
Well, I don't think that it necessarily will. I've been focused again on the constituents, and I trust that I will be judged on my record. And again, I've been ranked as one of the most independent bipartisan members in the United States Congress. And we're focused on, again, putting the people's needs before partisan politics. And so whether that be prescription drug abuse, whether that be focusing on the economy or protecting the American people from a nuclear-armed Iran, we are going to continue to focus on what unites us. And frankly, there's more that unites us than divides us. That's been my push and my goal, and that's what we're going to continue to do for the constituents of Illinois' 10th Congressional District.
You've been building a record on the basis of compromise when it has just become a dirty word. Do you think that there is a chance that if Donald Trump gets your nomination and he becomes the general election winner and becomes president, there could be a backlash?
Well, listen, what I can tell you is that people are very frustrated right now. They're frustrated that they don't think that Washington is working, and we have to be focused on trying to make sure we're making life easier, that there are more opportunities for our children and grandchildren. And that's what I've been focused on. I've been focused on trying to come up with solutions to problems and working across the aisle. And again, we need to cooperate in order to try to get things done. Take a look at an education bill or a surface transportation bill. Things that, again, when we talk about transportation, getting people to and from work, helping manufacturers out, trying to make sure that we've got more certainty in our tax code. These are things that I'm working for, and these are the things that I'm hearing from constituents each and every day. And we need to make sure that we're working on things like how do we combat poverty. So I'm anxious to roll up my sleeves and continue to work on behalf of not only the constituents of Illinois' 10th Congressional District, but for the constituents of Illinois.
You have a two-party system here. You are in one of them. It's called the GOP. If Donald Trump is the nominee of your party, will you support him?
Listen, I think Donald Trump has disqualified himself, and I will say that whether it be his divisive words, we do not need a divider. And so whether it be on women, whether it be on veterans, whether it be with Latinos, or what he said about Muslims, and most recently what he said with regard to not disavowing himself from organizations that are built on bigotry. We don't need that, frankly, and I think that that is one of the things that disqualifies him. I've come out to say that I will not support Donald Trump now, and I will not support him should he move on. We have to be talking about putting the country first, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Congressman Bob Dold, good luck to you going forward. Thanks for being on New Day.
Thanks so much. Great to be with you.
All right, so more Super Tuesday coverage ahead. There's so many numbers to process, and that will